Hello and welcome to Quartzlight, your car brochure channel. Today we'll be looking at the Renault 18. Welcome back. So like I say, we're going to be looking at the Renault 18 today, and on this channel we're always looking at different car brochures, so don't forget to subscribe if that's your thing. So the Renault 18 arrived in 1978 and ran all the way to 1989, although in South America it actually continued to 1994. This particular brochure we're looking at is actually a UK brochure from October 1978, so showing the very early one. So at this time we've just got a 4-door saloon, and it comes in 4 trim packages. So we've got the TL, the GTL, the TS and the GTS. So let's have a look at this brochure now. So first of all, it's showing a few of the different models here. And when we go through the brochure itself, it systematically goes through in a logical order the different trim packages. An interesting feature with the Renault 18, which I always find was a little bit unusual, it just came with 3 wheel nuts on these wheels, a very sort of French thing, I do believe. And the GTS, interestingly, had these nice wipers on the headlights, which we'll have a look later on for sure. So let's open this brochure up and see what we can see. And as we open up, it's quite a large brochure. It's sort of like thin but long, if you will, so I can't always get that in camera, so we'll have to slide the brochure around as we go along. It's going to start showing the base model, which in this case was the Renault 18 TL. Like I said, the base model, and it came with a 1397cc engine with a 4-speed gearbox. So very basic overall layout. We'll have a quick zoom in on the text, but you can see it's the most basic model, although really late 70s you didn't get a huge amount of levels of equipment even on the top model. But anyway, let's just have a quick zoom in on the text and then we'll move on. So it's saying here, the new Renault 18 range of stylish executive saloons has been designed to meet the various needs of the owner who is looking for a superior family car, the owner who uses primarily for business purposes, or the owner who wishes to combine both functions. It is also eminently suitable for fleet use. There are 4 models with a choice of 2 equipment levels, with either a 1400 or 1600cc engine. So basically your 1400 or your 1397 was on your TL and your GTL. Your 1650, although that was actually 1647, was on the TS and the GTS. Automatic transmissions available on both the larger engine models. And then it starts talking about the Renault 18 TL. Remember, that's a base model. These general and detailed views of the 1397cc Renault 18 TL illustrate the sleek, practical body shape and roomy interior seating for up to 5 adults, and the excellent driving position with all controls ready to hand. Renault's high reputation for fatigue-free, safe, fast driving is more than maintained in this latest range. Technical information and performance figures are to be found later in the book, which we'll of course have a look at in a moment. We then turn the page and we're on to the 18 GTL, so the more luxurious version of the TL, but still with that smaller engine. So the Renault 18 GTL is a luxury version of the Renault 18 TL, with a number of desirable refinements included to make driving it an extra pleasure. There is an attractive colour range from which to choose, and the styling is enhanced by the special wheel trim and black rubbing strip along the side, serving a practical purpose too. The first class all-round vision is protected from glare by tinted glass. The front windows are electrically operated at the touch of a button. A single switch or your key in the door ultimately locks and unlocks all the doors. The ample, scientifically shaped seats are covered with an attractive cloth velour. The front seats have adjustable head restraints. The exterior mirror can be precisely set from an internal control. No need to let in the dirty weather, and at night the headlamp wash wipers will keep your forward vision at full power. A sliding vinyl sunroof is an optional extra. Fun facts and figures later in the book. So anyway, let's have a look at the pictures of this 18 GTL. Here it's shown in rather attractive metallic blue. Metallic blue was becoming more popular late 70s, early 80s. It was very much the colour to have. And as it says, you've got these rubbing strips down the side, and overall it looks a little bit more elegant than the more basic model. And also on the interior we've got these rather nice, very French blue seats, no doubt extremely comfortable, and like it says, these very interesting wipers on the headlamps. Again, another feature that was becoming more and more popular late 70s, early 80s, even into the late 80s. Wipers were really the thing, which was kind of like a bit of a weird gimmicky thing really. How many people would actually use them, I'm not too sure. Possibly in snowy countries it may be a use, but for the majority of people they never got used and they seized up, to be honest with you. But there we go, a nice little feature nevertheless. When we turn the page, we then go to the 18 TS. The TS is a more basic version like the TL, but like I say, it's got that larger engine in it. Here, a rather nice metallic green, another colour that was becoming more popular, a move away from the browns of the 70s. And again, we'll have a quick look at this text. So the Renault 18 TS, like I say, is fitted with the more powerful 1647cc engine, giving a potential top speed of around 100 miles per hour. This allows you an important safety reserve in hand. The suspension is robust but gives a smooth ride and road holding to satisfy the most demanding driver, and a braking capacity equal to the hardest driving. All is achieved without any sacrifice of interior space and comfort. Altogether, this is the ideal car for a young businessman who may have travelled many miles during his working day, but who still likes to offer his family the advantages of a comfortable saloon at weekends and holiday time. So it's really promoting these cars as more fleet vehicles. The Renault electronic system of automatic transmission is available as an optional extra on this model. See later in the book for more detailed explanation of this transmission for other technical details. So yeah, you could have this with the automatic. However, the manual still a 4-speed unit. And when we turn the page from looking at that TS, we come to the main vehicle, the main event, I guess, the top of the range Renault 18 at the time, the GTS. So similar sort of specs as the GTL with these nice wipers and your rubbing strip down the side, but it's got that larger engine. Also, interestingly enough, the GTS comes with the all-important 5-speed gearbox to make it a much more refined cruising vehicle on motorways and high-speed roads. So when we turn the page, it then, like the other pages, is going into details about the Renault 18 GTS in a nice sort of metallic gold colour in this case with matching interior. So let's have a quick zoom in on this text. There's a little bit more text, isn't there, than the others. Obviously they're really trying to promote this as the vehicle to get, or the vehicle to aspire to, the GTS. The top of the 18 range, the Renault 18 GTL, combines the enhanced performance of the Renault 18 TS with the luxury refinement of the Renault GTL. In addition, an even better fuel consumption is achieved by the addition of a fifth gear in the manual gearbox, which, during long distances, helps further to increase relaxation and reduce fatigue. The illustrations indicate what a fine looking vehicle it is, both internally and externally. The car for the successful man or woman. Hooray, now a woman is allowed to drive it. I don't know why there was only a businessman, but now we're allowed to have a successful man or a woman with this vehicle. Whether used for social or business purposes. Again, really promoting this as kind of like a fleet vehicle. Adjustable head restraints are standard on the front seats. Upholstery is in a luxurious cloth velour, warm in winter, cool in summer. The laminated windscreen and windows are tinted. Wiring, roof aerials, speakers, grills and centre consoles are already prepared for the easy fitting of a radio. Yes, your top of the range 18 GTS didn't even come with a radio as standard. From the driver's seat, controls come easy to hand for all normal requirements, plus electric front windows, internal adjustments of the door mirror, headlamp, wash wipe and central locking for all four doors. The efficient electronic Renault automatic transmission is available as an optional extra, as is a vinyl sunroof. Please refer to the following 2 pages for more information and detailed specification. So let's have another quick look at them pictures. And as we said before, it doesn't really look like a very luxurious car. More equipment, yes, and we've even got a nice little picture of the headlamp wiper actually in action. And the very sort of late 70s, early 80s colours, this sort of gold and this sort of tan interior matching was very much a thing of the time. It then goes to show the Renault 18 having a spacious boot on all versions, nearly 14 cubic feet of usable capacity. The spare wheel located in a special tray beneath the boot can be removed without unloading your luggage. And then it gives a little bit of information about the optional sunroof that you could get. So it's quite a large sunroof as well, and it really does move into the rear seats as well. A neat vinyl sunroof is available as a factory fitted optional extra on the 2 luxury models, the Renault 18 GTL and GTS. It slides easily on the metal surround, is lined and has anti-theft reinforcement. Yeah, I don't know if it really would be that difficult to get into that car with the sunroof, but no doubt it's a very French idea, this sort of folding back roof. Reminds me a little bit of the 2CV. And I guess the wheels with them 3 lug pattern reminds me a bit of a 2CV as well. We have also got this automatic transmission as an option. The Renault system of automatic transmission is fast acting and positive. It's electronically controlled through a small computer which monitors road speed, torque and throttle opening to give gear change decisions very accurately and quickly. A kick down switch comes in for the rapid acceleration when needed, and first and second gear can be selected manually through an override. So finally, in very small writing, we get to the specification page for the Renault 18, as it's been promising on pretty much every page. So your TL, your GTL does 93.2 miles per hour. Your smaller engine models, I should say, the sort of 1397 cc's. And your TS, GTS, your larger engine models, your 1647cc models, do 99.4 miles per hour. The TS and GTS, if you opt for the auto, loses a few miles per hour down to 96.3. So the gearboxes, all synchromesh units. Your TL, GTL and TS has got that 4-speed unit, remember, and the GTS steps it up for a nice 5-speed unit. And it gives a few more technical information before going down to the fuel consumption. So the one that's important, your sort of constant speed driving at 56 miles per hour, sort of what we refer to as being a combined figure now. We're looking at 44 miles per gallon for your smaller engine models. Drops to 43 for the larger engine GTS, but climbs all the way to 46 for your GTS, purely because we've got that 5-speed gearbox. And then finally we've got this little bit of a comparison chart showing the different equipment. Basically the GTL and your GTL S equipment is the same, apart from that 5-speed gearbox. Your TL and your TS have got the same equipment, whether you get the smaller engine or your larger engine. And of course at the bottom, optional extras are that auto transmission and your sliding sunroof. It finally talks about the boutique. If you don't know what boutique is, it's your kind of like extras that, you know, the Renault dealers can add on there. So it's got things like a rear wash wipe, alloy wheels, etc, etc. Don't forget those all important ski racks that was always advertised, but who actually used such a thing? There we go, the Renault 18. This particular brochure rather nicely kind of like ended with this nice little view of the Renaults and the Renault range, and then we've got a little bit of a Renault 18 TL on the back there with the Renault UK London information on it. So I'm sure a lot of you out there had a Renault 18, so I would love to hear your comments on how that vehicle was. No doubt late 70s Renaults, I'm sure there was a lot of rust issues, but nevertheless, overall, if you got that as a company car, I'm sure you'd be quite happy. Thank you so much for watching Course Light today. Please do like and subscribe, it's all free, and we'll see you very soon. Take care.